Hello, YouTube. We got a great new podcast for you guys. This is Beyond the Box Score, a baseball podcast produced by the Monsignor Farrell High School Podcast Network. I'm Joseph Piccirillo. To my right, I have
Jack Ippolito.
And to my left, I have
Ryan Rieb.
This is strictly baseball, no basketball, no football, strictly baseball. It's a new podcast. We know we had to come out. We saw the 5 Out podcast, and we had to, try it and give us a little try. Baseball podcast. So we got 5 Out's good. I should shout out, by the way, producing today's show, Giuseppe Balzano from the 5 Out podcast. So today, what we have on the lineup is strictly baseball. Like we said, we have Yankees, Mets, Juan Soto. We have some international guys, too. We have Roki Sasaki. We're going to talk about that. A little bit of Shohei. You got to have Shohei. And Munetake Murakami, who is one of the biggest topics I want to talk about. Jack, you got something that you've been wanting to say for a while, so how about you start us off?
The Mets are better than the Yankees now because they stole your guy.
Yeah, the topic that he's been wanting to hit for, I think, around, I don't even know how many months, is it's 3. It's the Juan Soto signing, obviously. He's been trying to make his statement. I don't know what Ryan's statement on it is, but, Juan Soto back in, November? It's like somewhere.
December 8th, 10:38 p.m.
December 8th, 10:38 p.m., Juan Soto announced that he would be signing with the New York Mets, and obviously, this is something that you really, when you look at it on paper for Yankee fans, it's like a punch in the gut. It's not a good feeling. Ryan, I don't know what you were feeling.
We recovered after that, though. It's okay.
He says we recovered. My personal opinion is the Yankees will always be the Kings of New York. That's just my personal opinion. The Yankees have run baseball since the dawn of time. Since Babe Ruth put himself in a Yankee uniform, I believe that the Yankees were strictly the best team in baseball. And I think they were that until around 2016, 2017, and then the Los Angeles Dodgers rolled around, and then they started throwing themselves out there. They started throwing their money around. So
I think you're correct and wrong with that statement because the Yankees are always going to be the most liked team in New York, but they may not always be the best team.
Basically, Juan Soto, king of New York. He runs the place. Juan Soto is now, in my opinion, is the face of the New York Mets. He will always be the face of the New York Mets. And this is the best thing that has ever happened for the New York Mets. This is a guy who's going to go out there. He's going to hit 300 for you. He's going to get 30 home runs. But at the end of the day, Aaron Judge, for the king of New York, he's had that title. The things that Aaron Judge has done in the last 5 years for New York baseball, it's insane. The 62 home runs, he just came off another 58 home run season, and I get it. Met fans are confident now. They're cocky. You'd almost say they're arrogant because now a guy who was on the Yankees and performed on the Yankees is now in a Met jersey, and now they feel we got confidence, we got leverage over the Yankees. In my instance, the Yankees have a better roster on paper. They're the New York Yankees. So why New York Mets, bro?
I think Jazz Chisholm is kind of a sorry excuse of a star. He's a good role player. He's not that good. He's just average. He's not a star. Stanton's only good in the playoffs. He's gonna hit 210. He's gonna hit homers, but he's not.
He just hit 250. He's very streaky.
Still average.
He's a very streaky player, but the guy, he'll send it 470 feet.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're thinking on it.
It's ease, too. It's not like
Oh, yeah, 100%.
That's what he directly does.
But it's either that or strikeout, and I don't love that in a player. That's why I don't love Alonso. I like him because he's the face of the Mets, or one of the faces of the Mets, but I don't like 100% what he brings.
In the Miami Marlins jersey, too, Jazz Chisholm Jr. and Giancarlo Stanton, they performed. They were both, they were both legendary players. The things that they both brought to Miami, they were something special. Jazz Chisholm is this young kid. He's coming out of wherever it was, Dominican Republic, Cuba, Bahamas. And this kid, he originally was with the Diamondbacks. He started with the Diamondbacks. And he came to this Marlins organization, and he gave them hope. If you remember, back in 2020, Jazz Chisholm Jr., that guy was insane. He was an all-star, and everybody in Miami was freaking out. They were like, oh, my gosh, Jazz Chisholm Jr. is going to be something special. And I will agree with you. He hasn't been exactly on the upward trajectory. He's been on the downward trajectory. But at the end of the day, anyone that brings like a certain energy to a team is someone that can definitely boost spirits. And Jazz Chisholm Jr. isn't someone that'll get you down. Jazz Chisholm Jr. is like a light.
He's one of those flashy electric players. He'll bring the energy when you need it, when you're down. He steals a bag. He gets the energy going in that team.
Hold on. We got something from our boy Giuseppe in the back.
I want to let. I'm muting.
Hold up.
Still red button.
Ryan doesn't know how to work this thing. Ryan's not exactly. Giuseppe's got to come to the front now. Slowly make his way to the front. First appearance.
I forget the take.
So Giuseppe has now canceled this take. And Giuseppe, what were you going to say? I
I want to chime in about what you said about the face of the Mets with Juan Soto. I think that's great. That's definitely. Well, it's good. That, I understand whether you think that, but I feel like our face will always be Keith Hernandez, Mike Piazza. Obviously, the current Mets, Juan Soto all the time.
Well, yeah.
All the time, I don't think Juan Soto, unless he wins a World Series for us, in my opinion, he'll never surpass Doc Gooden, like Keith Hernandez, Mike Piazza.
Yeah, those are the guys. And even if you really want to get crazy, David Wright was something else. I mean, but
even DeGrom, if he stayed for a little bit, I'd consider him one of our greatest pitchers. But
I think
I want Ryan to finish his take.
okay. All right, go for it, Ryan. What we got? What you got, Ryan?
Nah, don't continue.
You got nothing? Okay. But yeah, I definitely, Pep in the back, he's saying about like Mike Piazza and Keith Hernandez. And yeah, I mean, I agree. But like at the end of the day, it's Juan Soto. Like this guy is generational. The way that he carries himself like across the diamond and the way he sets up in the box. I mean, I'm not trying to like say like Juan Soto, oh my gosh, he's insane, because I got another player on this list that I think is insane, but he's generational talent, and it only comes around once in a lifetime. So Mets fans, I'll give them the fact they should be happy. This is Juan Soto. You got him. Hooray!
Yes. And I will give the Yankees credit; they are covered very well. The Fried signing, the length is a little long because he's very injury prone, but still a good signing because now you have the best rotation in baseball. Bellinger is good. He's a borderline star.
I mean,
he can break out and become a star.
Cody Bellinger, ever since his MVP year, he started declining. Cody Bellinger started to go on the decline, and then in 2021, wherever it was, he started to go back up. And he started his average. If you look at his stats, it's like a stock market almost. He starts really high, it just starts really low, gets really low, crashes, and then it gets a little bit higher. Like ever since, and every year since then, Cody Bellinger has become a better baseball player, and he's become more of an image of his former self. And that's why Cody Bellinger is also a very uplifting guy. Cody Bellinger is someone that you can look at too, to boost your team when you're down. He's gonna help. And I think Cody Bellinger is a good signing. I'm more focused actually on Devin Williams. Devin Williams is the best closer in baseball, and nobody's looking at it like people are like, okay, like that's a signing. I mean, not a signing, but a trade. But Devin Williams, if you remember, just had a 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. Pep in the back is definitely gonna look it up, but 1.6-ish ERA, and like people are like ignoring that.
Jack, who's better than him?
Emmanuel Clase, and I know he fell apart kind of in the ALCS.
Well, they both fell apart, and
but
one of them.
It's still not even close.
Are you-
Clase is the best closer in baseball, and I don't even think you can argue anyone else. It's not even remotely close, in my opinion.
Well,
Delvin Williams is also undisputed number 2, but I think Clase is just up.
Well, what do you think is a better pitch? I mean, the screwball or the cutter? Both pitches are, absolutely deadly pitches. Both pitches, when you see them out of the eye, like that's such a tough pitch to hit. The screwball, it almost has like a curved motion, and the cutter is at 103 mile an hour cutter that's coming at your knuckles, And next thing you know, you're standing there and you're looking lost, and you're looking up at the jumbotron, and you just hear the whatever it is, you hear the Guardians K song, whatever it is. But it's truly crazy what he does. But at the end of the day, I feel like Devin Williams just has that one pitch, and that screwball has really turned into like one of the most deadly pitches in baseball. And cutters, they're also deadly pitches.
Cutters are also really similar to fastballs.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not that
There's
diverse.
one guy who had a cutter that was insane, and we know who that guy is. I hope people know who that guy is. I don't know if any like the new gens, like these guys that are just getting into baseball, please tell me you know who Mariano Rivera is. If you do not know who Mariano Rivera is, that's a problem. Go ask your dad when you see him at the dinner table while you're eating your mashed potatoes, your chicken, whatever you're eating. You gotta ask your dad, like, hey dad, like who's Mariano Rivera? Because that is, in my opinion, not even close. And if you argue this, not even close, the best closer in baseball history. And that's pretty simple to me.
I agree. But while we're comparing the Yankees and the Guardians, their bullpens, very, very good, both of them. The Yankees probably, I would say they have the best bullpen in baseball right now.
The Yankees, I mean,
at least top 2.
they need a lefty. They don't have a lefty, but the Yankees,
Yeah.
I mean, you could say, the Yankees have a bullpen. They've had a bullpen for a while.
Yeah, we've had a bullpen. Injuries have been our problem. We've always had pitchers that get injured a lot. Scott Efros, we lost.
Not even injuries. I mean, not even pitchers, I should say. It's just overall we've had some bad luck with injuries.
Yeah, but like in our recent years, 2021, 22, 23, we had like a lot of pitchers that we traded for and injured. And I remember one that comes to mind, Lou Trevino. We got him from the A's, and he was gonna be like one of our good guys, like at least give us something. And he's injured He got injured at the end of 22, I'm pretty sure, and he was out all of last year. And I think now we're getting him back, hopefully.
Yeah. Scott Efros, April 2023, went down to Tommy John, and then Lou Trevino, I think that was back actually in 2022, but around in September, Lou Trevino went down also to Tommy John. So both of them have had some injury problems, both of them. If the Yankees, and you can really say this with any team, if any team stays healthy for the whole year, you really can't say how good that team is truly going to be. You can't take a team at face value and say, okay, the team's going to be this good. Because injuries come out of nowhere, and we've seen it. And random stuff comes out of nowhere. I mean, I know this is a baseball podcast, but Luka Doncic, you got to mention it. That came out of nowhere. Stuff happens. It's the MLB season. Every season, the MLB has a new chapter awaiting. We had Paul.
Edwin Diaz, he got hurt celebrating.
Edwin Diaz, that's a chapter. I mean, Paul Steen's coming up from AAA. The guy's throwing 103.
The Edwin Diaz was the saddest moment of my life. I
Diaz.
didn't care if he blew the game. I just wanted the game to be over so no one gets hurt. I was happy. I was walking away, and then I hear the announcer, "Oh, Diaz goes down." That was the worst moment of my life.
That, put that next to the Altuve Grand Slam, and you got two very bad New York moments. 2 New York moments, honestly, that will haunt New York fans forever. But Mariano Rivera, though, also in the whatever Worlds, I think it was like the 2000 World Series when they versed the Diamondbacks. That's also like something that you look at and you say, wow, like that's crazy too. But what do I got on here? I got how do you guys think Roki's going to perform? Roki Sasaki.
I mean, if these Japanese pitchers, they really need a 6-man rotation because they always have extra rest over there. And the Dodgers are going to run a 6-man rotation. And you have the depth. So I think he's going to be good because he's going to be well-rested. And he's just electric. Like, he's young. He was good against the American guys in the World Baseball Classic 2 years ago now.
2 years, that's crazy.
He got
oh
better.
My gosh.
He's just going to be good.
I mean, when you looked at him in the Baseball Classic, it's a kid who's throwing 103 miles an hour. It's a crazy kid. The guy's young, 21 years old, getting paid $6 million to throw a baseball for the Los Angeles Dodgers. But if you look at the Los Angeles Dodgers rotation, let me show you guys, because the Los Angeles Dodgers rotation right now, if you guys
Big
didn't
list.
see, yesterday the Los Angeles Dodgers just finalized signing Clayton Kershaw, who I don't know why, for some reason, I thought maybe that he would sign somewhere else because, that rotation is stacked.
Here's their rotation. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Shohei Ohtani, Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow, Roki Sasaki, Tony Gonsolin, Clayton Kershaw, and Dustin May. And then you have Bobby Miller.
That is 9 guys who, on any other team, could be solid starters. Like, that's literally 9 guys.
Like the 3.
And there's 3 of them. Glasnow, I don't know what the Rays are thinking, because the Rays are actually lost as an organization. But that's another topic that I can dive deep into, because the Rays, after their stadium, just went to shambles. But trading Tyler Glasnow, who is undisputably one of the best pitchers in baseball. I don't care what people say. When Tyler Glasnow is pitching the baseball, when he's healthy, he is one of the most deadly. I kind of think of him as Jacob deGrom almost. But, Tyler Glasnow is deadly. And you just signed Blake Snell, who's coming off, an okay year for the San Francisco
Better
Giants.
second half. He struggled at the start, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he had
Bad.
I believe the stat line was the first half of the season, he had around like a 6.6 ERA, something like that for Blake Snell. But then.
I didn't even say him. I didn't even say Blake Snell.
Yeah, Blake
So
Snell.
10.
Yeah, and then you have the second half of the season, guy had a 1.7 ERA. So obviously, he's rolling into the next year. This guy's gonna be great. And then you have Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who also, just showed that he can be someone in the MLB. And that first series, the Seoul series back in, I can't believe that's a year ago.
February.
February last year,
No.
End of March.
Or end of March, yeah, somewhere around there. But first game, if you guys remember, 6 runs, no outs. He gave up 6 runs, no outs. And from there, he's laughing. But from there, I was like, okay, Dodgers just paid $300 million for an absolute bust. But then he pitched, and then he woke up. And I think it was a little bit of nerves, You go into the MLB, you just got paid $325 million. He's also deadly. I don't know where Suzuki's going to fit. He's Roki Suzuki, I get it. But the Dodgers need to make trades because you have Tony Gonsolin, who was also, at one point in time, an NL Cy Young finalist. He was a really good pitcher at a point in time. You have, who else do you have?
Dustin May.
Dustin May, but he's one that falls in that injury-prone category.
Even if you trade Kershaw at the deadline, hopefully he's healthy. But even if you do that, and you just get something for him, because if you trade 7 through 10 of the good guys they have, it's 7, 8, 9, 10, you could get so much back, farm system-wise, because they've given up all their farm, getting guys and trading for guys. So if they have this team plus a great farm, that's insane.
And then you have we didn't even mention this, Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani is and I have on my card written in bold right here. I have a take for the audience right now, and a couple of people won't believe it. Pep's rolling. He's ready for this. I believe, and I can say this with passion. And you might laugh. You might. He's got his button on the sound effect. Look at this guy. But I personally believe that Shohei Ohtani this year will have a 50-50-150. Now people are like, what the heck is a 50-50-150? I believe Shohei Ohtani will hit 50 home runs, steal 50 bases, and have 150 strikeouts, even coming back in May. And that's what I believe.
What about a 50-50-200?
50-50-200 is great. That deserves that. That 50-50.
That will never happen.
50-50-150 for Shohei Ohtani. I don't even care. This guy is going to be the best player in baseball history. You have never seen, ever, a player like Shohei Ohtani come into the game, pitch 6 shutout innings, and then go 3 for 5 with a home run. You've never seen that.
It's dumb.
It's almost funny because the Dodgers, Dodgers have money and they can pay guys. The Los Angeles Dodgers are like the monopoly man of baseball. They just throw money at guys and say, "Here, come to us." We got a super team. We got Freddie Freeman. We got Mookie Betts. You can play with these guys in the biggest stage of the baseball world besides Yankee Stadium. But and the Dodgers, they're really smart, though. They have money. And I get when teams say, the Dodgers are just paying their way to win the games. They're not, because they are strategic in who they sign. They have chemistry, and they have guys who, are specifically those guys. They just signed Kike Hernandez back, and he has worked perfectly well with that team. You got Mookie Betts. You got Freddie Freeman. You got guys all around. Teoscar Hernandez. James Outman's had some good years. You got catcher Will Smith, who I believe is the top 5 catcher in baseball. There is guys on that Dodgers team that if you put them, let's say, and this is hypothetical, obviously, I'm not saying anything here, but if, let's say, you put Will Smith in an Angels jersey, the guy's a superstar. The guy's going to go out there and just play.
He's already a superstar.
He's already a superstar, but if you put him on a okay team, he's going to be even more crazy.
Quick pause. Angels, no way. They had Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout, and they still weren't good. Nothing is saving the Angels.
Yeah, the Los Angeles Angels. I also have here that the Oakland Athletics are the jokes of baseball.
Sacramento Athletics.
Sacramento. Oh my gosh, that just doesn't work. It's like when you took the Seattle SuperSonics and you smacked Oklahoma over there for a second. But yeah, in my opinion, the quote unquote, and I'm gonna put this in quotes, Sacramento Athletics, they are lost. You just went out and you just paid your highest paid player ever in history for the Oakland Athletics, Luis Severino, a guy who is an average pitcher, a guy who has not been the guy he was ever since he put on the pinstripes.
He was good.
But
Last
here's the
year
thing.
he was good.
Here's the thing. He was injury prone.
He got injured like once.
No, what?
With the Mets?
No, with the Mets, yes. Luis Severino got injured once, and he actually pitched for you guys. But with the Yankees, I mean, it was always an injury.
That was terrible.
It was always an injury for Luis Severino. It was always something. And, I suffered when Luis Severino was injured because, he's a guy that strictly was the number one in New York at one time. He was that guy in the rotation for New York, but when Garrett Cole signed, obviously, that stopped.
I think a lot of people are underrating the Mets rotation. I don't think it's great by any means. It's bottom 10, but Manaea is good. He was very good last year.
If you're underrating it, then why is it bottom 10? Wouldn't it
No,
be
because
like
people are saying it's like the worst. It's not the worst. It's like Manaea is good. Peterson was almost a sub-3 ERA last year. Senga's coming
Almost.
back. Senga's coming
Keyword
back.
almost. He was almost a sub-3 ERA. It was not a
Still
sub-3
good.
ERA.
Senga's coming back healthy.
he's the only one that has potential there?
Manaea was good.
It's another
and then
international
I don't
injury-prone
love
guy.
Clay Holmes.
Guy
That's
who'll get
terrible.
you 20 games,
The
maybe.
5 is terrible.
It's a joke.
I hate Clay Holmes.
That's a
Maybe
joke
20.
right there.
You cannot say that Clay Holmes is going to help you.
Clay Holmes will be good in a middle relief
You
role.
want to know what Clay Holmes will do? He'll get you 10 games of, oh my gosh, this guy's the best closer in baseball. He just pitched 20 innings and didn't give up a run. The next 10 games, he'll give up around 15 runs.
No. He's going to be a starter. He's not going to be good. They're going to move him into a middle reliever role. So go 6, 7 inning, 6th and 7th inning, maybe the 5th inning if the starter does bad. And Montas could be good. I don't think he's good, but he was good.
Frankie
with
Montas
Oakland.
won't.
He was good with the Athletics. So there's potential. Do I think he's going to be good? Definitely not.
Here's the thing with the Mets rotation. I mean, it's made of glass. It's Luis Severino. It's who else? It's Frank.
Don't have Luis Severino.
Oh yeah, they don't have Luis. Oh my gosh. But all right, subtract Luis Severino. He's not on the Mets anymore. I mean, you should have played the brother effect there.
Peterson,
Peterson's never been healthy. What's his name? I keep
Manaea.
thinking. Manaea hasn't been healthy, and then you got. Look at it. Peterson has not been healthy. Manaea has not been healthy. Manaea had a year where he was healthy, and then, in my opinion, Kodai Senga. How many games has Kodai Senga pitched for you guys? He's pitched like maybe 30, and I'll give it to you.
But he was hurt all. He was hurt all of this year.
Exactly. That's my point. He's injury prone. He's already been injured for you like 3 or 4 times.
injured twice in the same season.
There
Came
you
back
go.
through one
it was
start.
his rotator cuff in the offseason. Then
Then he came back.
he came back.
I remember that. It was like a Friday night. Came back.
He
played
got through the 5th inning, or it was in the 5th inning, something like that.
in the fifth.
He came off the mound. He hurt his ankle, like going for a ball. But then Gary Cohen said the Mets mound hurts a lot of pitchers. Mike Soroka tore his Achilles on the Mets mound. Seth Lugo always fell on the Mets mound when he used to be on the Mets. Everyone's falling on the Mets mound. I know that sounds dumb, but that's Gary Cohen's words.
Yeah. All right. I think we're gonna move on to our next topic. What we got here is I have what do you guys think of the MLB The Show covers? And I know it's not exactly baseball. I mean, it's a baseball video game. Kind of going to Nick Contino's thing. But what do you guys think of them? Because I always have this argument every year.
It's pretty good. I mean, I think it would have been better with just one player.
Well, what do you think? I mean, it's 3 players. It's something new.
It's still good.
We haven't seen it before.
It's 3 rising stars too.
It's
Kinda like-
3 guys who I think will eventually be the face of the league. I mean, it's if you guys don't know, it's Paul Skeens, Ellie De La Cruz, and Gunnar Henderson. 3 guys. Gunnar Henderson just came off of what was almost an AL MVP year until if Aaron Judge wasn't in the league. I mean, it's Aaron Judge. Guy hits home runs.
And Bobby Witt.
And Bobby Witt Jr. was there, which actually
Juan Soto.
I'll come back to the Bobby Witt in a second because I got something to say about that. You got Ellie De La Cruz, fastest guy on the planet. I mean, that guy steals bases so fast. I mean, truly one of a kind talent. And then you have Paul Skeens, who is going out there and he's throwing 103 miles an hour. He's crazy. He's a guy that will literally come into the game 7 innings, not tired, 103 through the 7 innings, and just, okay, I'm done. See you in 5 games. That's a win.
If he does that, he's going to end up like Jacob deGrom.
Yeah,
deGrom used to be throwing 101 into the 7th inning, and that's why he got hurt so much when he could have been throwing 95 and they still wouldn't be able to hit him. So it's kind of dumb.
Yeah, I mean, if you look back on prime Jacob deGrom, that's the best pitcher. And you could argue top 10 pitcher in baseball history. Jacob deGrom.
Top 1.
If
If he didn't get hurt, he'd be 1. I don't care. I'm standing by that till the day I die.
Top 1. That's that.
If he didn't get hurt.
If he didn't get hurt, but he did get hurt.
No, but I'm saying if he didn't get hurt, I think he's the best pitcher of all time.
But he did get hurt.
No, I'm saying.
And that's why I'm saying top 10.
Yeah, he's top 10.
Mm-hmm. Now I want to come. Like I said, I want to come back to Bobby Witt Jr. Bobby Witt Jr. In my opinion, I feel like he got robbed. I feel like yes, the cover was good. Cover's really good. You want to have young guys? Perfect. Put Gunnar, put Skeens, put Ellie, put them on the cover. They're good guys, good players. But if you're gonna say, okay, we're gonna put young players on there, put young, proven players. Paul Skeens has proven he's a good player. We found out that Paul Skeens is a great player.
And Gunnar
Henderson, great player.
Ellie's been streaky.
Ellie,
I think he's gonna be a star.
He's had his moments.
Yes.
He's had the moments where you're like, oh my gosh, he just stole home. He just stole third, and then he just went home.
Yeah.
He's Ellie De La Cruz.
I
Great player.
think he's gonna be a star, but
Yeah.
he's less proven, a lot less proven.
You can't, in my opinion, put 2 proven guys on the cover and then put 1 guy that's like, okay. Like, that's my opinion. And because Bobby Witt Jr. is, in my opinion, belongs in that top 3 category.
Far and away.
Far and away. Because Bobby Witt Jr. is, if you look at him, if you look at Ellie De La Cruz and you look at Bobby Witt Jr., they're alike. They're guys that can hit home runs, but can also get contact and can run the hell out of the diamond. Bobby Witt Jr., people forget, like, that guy can run. He is an absolute beast on the field. And, when you look at him, too, he's also, another thing that's ahead of Ellie, he's a way better defender than Ellie De La Cruz is. Way better defender. I mean, he throws the ball, I think it's like 93 across the diamond, if StatCast is correct. I mean, something like that, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. But
Ellie's also thrown it like that, but it's very inaccurate.
very, very, sometimes over the old Joey Votto, whatever it is. Oh, he's going to want to hit something. All right, what do you got first, Jack?
We should talk about teams on the rise and fall, because I have a couple.
He's got a couple. All right, Jack, what do we got for us?
Some teams on the rise. Oakland is going to be, or Sacramento is going to be better this year.
Well,
they will have
obviously
79-ish wins. They will be competitive.
500 teams, what you're saying.
Ish. They will be competitive. I also think Detroit.
Whoa.
79?
Ish.
You said 79 wins
75 to 80.
for the Oakland Athletics. Or no, my mistake. My mistake.
Lawrence
the
Butler.
Sacramento Athletics.
Lawrence Butler is the MVP.
Lawrence Butler
Brent
and
Rooker.
Seth Brown.
Brent Rooker.
Brent Rooker.
Okay, well,
think
let's
that's
look at the rotation.
Esther
That one is wild because they were the Oakland. No, I keep saying Oakland. It's not the Oakland Athletics.
Just don't even say Sacramento.
I'm not even gonna say. I'm just gonna say the Athletics. I'm just gonna say the Athletics. It's the Athletics now. The Athletics. Who's their rotation? Luis Severino.
Luis Severino.
Who else? If you guys here, know what? Let's ask a friend of mine because there is no way
I can get it.
the Oakland Athletics have, I think, in my opinion, top 3 worst rotation in baseball. So the Oakland Athletics, pitching wise,
I have it up if you want.
you want to go for it? Go for it.
Luis Severino, Jeffrey Springs, who was decent with the Rays.
Decent.
J.P. Sears,
Yankee legend.
Yankee.
Osvaldo Bido, Mitch Spence.
You still want to say 79 wins?
Yeah.
Why?
Cause they're just gonna I like Mason Miller. They have Jose.
That's a
Leclerc.
closer, Jack.
Still.
How are they going to get in that position if they don't have a pitcher to pitch the
They were
other
better
8
last
innings?
Year. They were better last year.
They were better, but they weren't even close
Lawrence
to 79
Butler's gonna
wins.
break out. J.J. Bleday is very good. Brent Rooker is very good.
They weren't even close to
Rooker's an
79
all-star.
wins.
And Zach Geloff is gonna break out.
Zach Geloff hasn't hit even
What?
close to where he's been. Zach Geloff has not been the player that he was as a rookie. Like those 3 months, I'll give it to you. Zach Geloff in the first 2 months. Okay, I thought he was going to be good. I thought he was going to be the star of what the Athletics. I thought that he was going to be the guy that they were looking for. That young guy that's going to go out there and he's going to do stuff. He's not that guy.
He's the future, I'm telling you.
Zach Geloff.
I got it.
You got it? Zach Geloff is not that guy, and I will prove it to you right now. I got it, Ryan. Don't
He
worry.
hit 211 last
Yeah,
year.
but he's that guy.
Zach Geloff
211.
hit 211, 17 home runs, 49 ribbies, 25 stolen bases, and get the OPS, a 632 OPS.
Yeah, but he had sophomore slump, so I'm not worried. He'll be good.
Zach Geloff had a sophomore slump. Okay.
Yes, he did.
Zach Geloff slugged 362, and let's look at some of the advanced stats. I'm going to shout out, I don't know if he's going to watch, but John Schwartz would be pretty proud of me right now.
He is gonna watch.
John Schwartz would be pretty proud of me right
He is
now.
gonna watch.
If that's another story to tell, but 180 total bases, 39 extra base hits. They got everything here. But yeah, Zach Geloff, I mean, to sum it up, he's not that guy. I totally believe that you have to trust in Brent Rooker, because Brent Rooker, on the other hand, is the guy.
He's a little older, though.
He's older, but we've seen older players, lead franchises. We've seen Aaron Judge, I mean, obviously, he's getting into the old category.
Yeah, but he wasn't old.
Yeah, but he's still leading a team.
Yeah.
He's still leading a team. And then you can even go to the other side of New York and go to Francisco Lindor. He led them to, we forget, he just led them to the NLCS.
It's my guy.
Pete Alonso, hit 1 home run that also led them to the NLCS. And
3 homers.
he's annoyed at that.
He hit 3 homers.
You can tell by his
in the
face.
postseason.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if he didn't, one of those homers, if he didn't hit him.
That was the coolest thing I've ever witnessed in my life.
All right, I think we got to move on. Let's go to the next one. Munetake Murakami. If you guys don't know, we just had the Roki Sasaki sweepstakes. Roki Sasaki ended up shocking us all. A truly shocking signing. He went to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Shocker. He took the money, ran, and said, "Know what? Let me meet with Shohei Ohtani. Let me meet with Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Oh my gosh, we even forgot Ha-Seong Kim, the Korean guy.
Yes.
I don't even know how you say it. Ha-Seong Kim. That guy
Ha-Seong
hit
Kim.
340 in Korea. 340 in Korea for Ha-Seong Kim. I mean, absolutely phenomenal player, but that's another thing. As you may know, Roki Sasaki sweepstakes, they're over. He's decided his path. He's going to be a member of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Munetake Murakami, currently a player in Korea. First baseman for Korea. He is known as, and this is, I'm just going to say it, he is apparently the next Kyle Tucker and Yordan Alvarez combined. That's what people are saying. People are saying that he is one of the best Korean prospects we have ever seen in the history of baseball. And
He was sick in the World Baseball Classic.
if people forget, Munetake Murakami in that 6th inning of the World Baseball Classic hit a 475-foot bomb in Miami. Right field. Just flew right off the bat. And to see that on an MLB team, how fun that would be? We've only had top pitching prospects, come out of Korea. Now we get to see a hitter who's dominant. This guy's crazy.
Yeah, I think some potential suitors, Yankees and Mets. Yankees, because I think Paul Goldschmidt is a rental.
Paul Goldschmidt is a rental. I can back you up on that.
Mets, I think if Alonso doesn't come back and they don't get Vlad, that could happen. I don't think it's going to happen, but that could be a suitor. Obviously, LA, but I doubt it because Freddie Freeman has shown no signs of slowing down, even though he's old. Sneaky Seattle Mariners.
Seattle Mariners are a sneaky team. They got a promising future.
West Coast, close to home.
I guess you could say close to home, but personally, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm just gonna give the top 3 teams in my opinion. I think that the top 3 teams for Munetake Murakami at number 1.
The Yankees, I bet.
No. Oh wow, shocker! Everybody else raise their hands in the air and whoa, I didn't say the Yankees on something. It's crazy, but I believe that Munetake Murakami will be a Los Angeles Dodger by this time next year. I believe that Munetake Murakami will have a Dodger jersey on, just because that's where all the Dodgers, players that's where they go. That's where the Korean players go. They just walk their way onto the LA and like, hey, I'm ready. Like, put me in a Dodger uniform. I'll hit 350 for you and get 60 home runs. But my number 2 option from Munetake Murakami would be the New York Yankees. And the reason I have for this is the guy, if Aaron Judge finally, starts slumping. Munetake Murakami will lead New York. And how I think of him is Hideki Matsui. Hideki Matsui is an idol of mine. Hideki Matsui was an absolute beast.
I played baseball with him once. He had a camp.
He had a camp? Hideki Matsui camp?
Yes. I have the shirt still.
Was he good?
Yeah.
I mean, how old was he?
He threw me VP.
Did you hit off?
I was like 8. I don't remember if I got a hit. I probably didn't.
Probably you got a hit off Hideki Matsui.
I mean, if it was BP, I'd probably make contact.
I hope you made contact.
Yeah, I would hope.
Hopefully.
I'm not very good.
And then number 3, who I have on this list, is the San Diego Padres. And that's strictly because, the San Diego Padres are literally like that baseball team when it
Yes.
comes to, Korean players. But after the Dodgers. It's Dodgers, Padres. The Padres. And I actually really thought that Roki Sasaki is going to sign with the Padres because when I got that, notification? Instagram notification that Roki Sasaki wasn't going to the Padres, that was probably the second most shocking thing besides Juan Soto, obviously, that came from my Instagram notification. Because for a while, Sasaki really was playing into being a Padre, but he just, at last second, just, kind of shut it down.
He used them to get his stock up.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. He was, he truly played into it almost. Kind of like teasing Padres fans, how do I put this? Like a rat, and you got cheese on the string. Like, come on, I'm going to come. And it just flees off to the Dodgers like everyone else has in the past. All right, you got, running a little bit short on time. So, Ryan, you got anything?
I don't believe Murakami, whatever his name is, he will not be the Yankees at all or the Dodgers. The Yankees, although Cole Goldschmidt is old, got Spencer Jones in the farm system. They're gonna raise him up, hopefully, and they'll be ready soon. He's like a first baseman outfielder. So
He's terrible. I saw him play. He went 0 for 5 with an error in the outfield. He's terrible.
That's why I am at first base.
It's not the guy.
He went 0 for 5.
It's not the guy.
One game.
Spencer Jones is a
4
very
strikeouts.
Spencer
Move
Jones.
on.
I mean, he's a very overrated player. In my
He's
opinion.
terrible.
It's not the guy. Jason Dominguez is the guy.
He's one of our top prospects. He's like,
That's why the Yankees farm system is terrible, like I told you.
They signed that international guy. I'll look it up right now, but the New York Yankees signed the number 9 international prospect from the Dominican Republic because I dropped my phone. But I can't even get his name. But, the international signing, there was a lot of good players, actually. Obviously, Sasaki, but a lot of good players for the Yankees. The New York Yankees signed... This was a while back. Who was it? I can't find it right now, but...
I heard the Padres might sell.
Padres might sell?
There's like a conflict with the owner's family, and they don't want to spend any money. So like, if someone's off a contract, they're gonna let him walk or like trade him at the deadline so you can get something back for him. That's what I heard. That could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
And
I saw it on the ESPN radio.
the Yankees are a very... not Yankees. The Padres are a very, viable team. That's San Diego. It's a small city. I think I got it right now.
Cruz, maybe his last name is.
Not Cruz. Here we go. Manny Cedeno, the number 11 ranked best prospect, signed with the New York Yankees back in January. But he is a good player. I think we're ranking right there time-wise.
I think the Mets got the second.
Mets got the second. Yes, they got a shortstop.
I forgot his name.
No, we'll hit one more thing. One more thing before we wrap up here. Hall of Fame inductees. We had CC Sabathia, Ichiro Suzuki, Dave Parker, who I think was already slotted in there, and then finally in his last possible year, to be selected, we had Billy Wagner come out of nowhere and get that final spot. Long deserved. Billy Wagner is one of the best closers of all time. That guy definitely deserved it. And you got to be happy for him. 10 years, you're waiting there, you're anxious every single year this time around. You don't get it 9 times, and then finally the last chance, you're sitting there and you finally get it. That's got to be one of the best feelings, a man can have. Just to finally, just sigh of relief, like I'm in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
I think they got it right. I was hoping for David Wright, but he was too riddled with injuries. There was no way he was getting in.
David Wright, no. Who I do like in the future, who I maybe will kind of be a similar trajectory to Billy Wagner, who maybe will get in later, is Felix Hernandez. King Felix.
I agree.
He didn't get in this year, and I didn't think he was going to get in this year, obviously, with the guys that were slotted. But, Felix Hernandez has been, King Felix. That was a guy for Seattle. You had Ichiro and you had King Felix. Obviously, Griffey, who's my favorite player of all time. But, Felix Hernandez brought so much hope. That perfect game back in 2010, I believe it was. But that was truly special, and that defines Seattle fans, like I'm saying. But
yeah, and they haven't been to They haven't. Did they win that? No.
No, they didn't win it. It was against I know what you're talking about. It was against the Astros.
Yeah.
They didn't win that one. No.
No, they beat the Blue Jays before that, though.
They did. Oh, yeah, they did. Okay, so that was the last time that they won.
But from that point, they weren't in the playoffs for like 20 years before that.
That was rough. If you're the Seattle Mariners, that's rough. But I think that's all we got. Time-wise. You guys just want to fit in anything else last second?
I think we're good for today.
Think we're good? All right, guys. So this has been the first episode of Beyond the Box Score, Monsignor Farrell High School podcast produced studio. This was fun. And we're going to have more stuff for you, obviously. There's more than just 3 guys here, too. We got a couple of guys who are knocking on our door trying to get in. So I want to give a big thank you to the men that are behind the camera right now. Come on. No, he doesn't want to.
Oh, no.
Now he's camera shy. Now the guy camera shy. Giuseppe Balzano, I'm still going to shout him out. Right-hand man. Check out the 5 Out podcast. If you are watching this and you're just a baseball fan, you want to listen to baseball, also listen out to the 5 Out podcast. That's iconic staple. Subscribe to the 5 Out podcast. Watch it. Subscribe to it. Subscribe to us, too. Beyond the Box Score, hopefully.
Leave a comment if you disagree.
Leave a comment.
I will fight with you in the comments.
And if you guys got anything, too, that you if you want to argue with us, comment it. We'll look at your comments. We can have an episode where we just look at comments and just see what you guys say and then work off of that. We got it. And we're open to anything here. First episode, first time. And this was great. So, I've been Joseph Piccirillo. To my right is Jack Ippolito. Jack, got any final words?
No.
No, he doesn't have any final words. To my left, we got Ryan Rieb. You got any final words besides no?
No.
No? All right, hold on. I got one more thing to say.
What?
All right, so that's all we got. This has been Beyond the Box Score. Thank you for tuning in to the first ever baseball podcast for Beyond the Box Score. I've been Joseph Piccirillo. This has been Jack Ippolito. This is Ryan Rieb. Thank you guys so much, and subscribe.